It's time for equestrians to let go of what no longer serves them, allowing them to step into the biggest, boldest, most beautiful equestrian self for the 2026 season. Letting go does not mean forgetting. Instead, it means letting go with gratitude and loving kindness for who you used to be while acknowledging who you want to be and letting go of what no longer serves you. Hi, I'm Makayla, an equestrian life coach. I am talking to you today about my ins and outs of 2025 moving into 2026 because I think it's a very powerful conversation, especially coming from someone who's trying to integrate all aspects of their life. I no longer wish to be an equestrian with some people and then, say, a student or a coworker with others. Instead, I really just want to harness and authentically be myself. That includes being an equestrian, being an animal mom. I have horses and dogs, and as well as all my other roles, a coworker, a business owner, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister. I have all these hats that I wear, and for so long it was like I would feed into one and then I would feed into the other. And then I was just constantly stepping around with like a foot in all of these worlds. It's too much, right? So I've wanted to really integrate myself into one full person. And I think that's why this conversation is going to be really powerful. And I think that's why I feel called to talk about my personal ins and outs moving into 2026. So, what I'm calling in is this idea of abundance of time and energy. I tend to get very drained and I focus on how drained I feel. So, moving into 2026, I really want to allow myself to move at a slower pace and recognize that time is on my side. And at the same point, recognize when I need to rest and find relaxation when I'm feeling more drained. Therefore, giving into an abundance of energy. Letting my energy not always be high, but instead be a little more stable and normative, even as the highs and lows come around. So that's just one in for 2026. And out for 2026 is really pressuring myself to always be on, to always be doing something, to always be working. I am someone that really struggles to take time off and I don't necessarily struggle to take time off in terms of like I don't go on vacations or I don't have like a rest day. It's I don't take time off on the days I'm working. So I'm not really good at like decompressing before bed, if that makes sense. So an out for 2026 is this pressure to like use every hour that I'm awake to be productive because I'm losing the opportunity to set myself up for success and getting rest and recovering before starting over the next day. As an equestrian, something I'm going to invite in is more fluidity in how I approach Bo. And that's because I continuously focus so much on his health and how he's feeling that sometimes I get so wrapped up in my horse is chronically ill, my horse is chronically in pain, that I forget to just enjoy what I can do with him. Or I get so nervous of like staying in the box of I know these things won't hurt him that I don't explore anything new that I could do with him. So for me, becoming more fluid in what I do with him also means sometimes taking a step back from the connection and just like not noticing the pain signals. Like if there's a pain signal there, I will address it, but also recognizing on the days that I can just tell like this is a pretty normal day for him, allowing myself to tap out from always trying to energetically connect with him because that can get really tiring. So it's allowing myself to kind of go back to what it felt like before I had to constantly worry about his health and his well-being, like when he was generally healthy, his body wasn't compromised, none of that. And so even if I'm just grooming him, there's this huge shift of like I can just enjoy having horses and being a horse person without going, okay, I'm intentionally grooming him to get the energy flowing, get the blood flowing, help him feel better, all the things. Like, that can get very tiring for me. So that can get very tiring for me. So inviting fluidity in also means recognizing when I need to take a step back from the energetic connection that I hold very stable with Bo. On that same note, what I'm going to let go of is this pressure to always do right by Bo, and this pressure to never make a mistake, because I think that holds me back from enjoying my time with him, and really it just kind of keeps me always a little on edge. So just accepting, like, there's gonna be a day that I'm gonna make the wrong call, and while it might not, it's not going to end in disaster. It's not going to be the end of the world if maybe I'm like, oh, I think I need to lunge you, and then the following day he's like extra sore. It's like, that's going to happen, and that's okay, because I made the call I thought was right in the moment, and I wasn't putting him or myself in a dangerous situation. So I'm also going to invite a lot of mindset changes, is really what a big shift for me will be moving into 2026. And I don't want to let go of the things and just forget about them, because they have kept me safe and they've kept Bo safe for the past 4 years and beyond, really the entire time I've had him. So that's 7 going on 8 years that I've had Bo. But instead, I really want to look at it in a place of gratitude and love for knowing how deep my connection runs with him, and also recognizing my own personal needs to make caring for him more beneficial, because he can tell when I'm anxious, he can tell when I'm drained from being worried all the time. And so being able to kind of let loose and just enjoy being an equestrian is something that I want to hold dearly, and also always remember what it felt like to not be as fluid and not be as, I'm going to say, graceful in just moving through my equestrian life. So bringing in that love for a sport that I've been a part of for the past 13 years. I know it's been over a decade, but the timing is a little iffy. Yeah, 13, 14 years I've been an equestrian, and I've done pretty much everything from lesson programs to owning a horse to retiring him and bringing him home. Like, I've done so much, and just really letting myself see all the past selves and recognize their purpose and how I got to the version I am today. So this episode has been very, very personal and very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's been very honest of what I deal with on a personal note as an equestrian, and what I hope to bring into everything I offer through Callebaut Yoga is my own personal experience and struggles, and trying to find, a connection with Bo when I really needed one was hard. And then once I've had a connection, sometimes it's so loud that I have to be able to turn it off a little bit. And balancing that is very interesting, and that turning off is more of what I'm doing recently, just because of where I'm at in my life and wanting to really give him the best last years of his life, not knowing what, we never know when the last day with our horse will be. So just being very open to being happy no matter what I get to do with him. So thank you for listening, and I really hope this episode allows you to look at your equestrian life from a different lens and let go of what doesn't serve you, while also remembering what that version did for you at that time, and then also calling in what you want for the new year. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. If you're looking for more, visit us on callebautyoga.com. You can subscribe to the email list, see what courses we have to offer, as well as take part in helping build the most current program in creation. It's all about connecting with your horse. Once again, thank you, and have a great rest of your day.